Hey there, my awesome artists. Today we're going to begin part 1 of our Radial Dreamcatcher lesson. For this lesson, you guys are going to need some white paper. You'll need something to draw with and something to outline with. You can use black Sharpie or a black marker as well. You are going to want it to be a skinny tipped marker if possible. And again, guys, I want you to work with whatever you have available to you. But for this lesson, I do recommend something with a pointed tip on there. All right. You are also going to need some circle tracers for the rings of your dream catcher. So I would really love for you guys to just look around your home and try to find some different sized circle tracers. It can be anything that has a circular shape to it. All right, so I looked around my art room and I found a couple of different things. I used an art palette, a CD, some caps, some lids. So I definitely had to be creative and just look around for all the different circles. And an important thing is you also want your circles tracers to be different sizes. All right, I would like for you guys to find at least 4 different sized circle tracers. All right, you want to go from biggest to smallest. So if you can and if possible, try to look around for different sized circles. And just try to make it work. And again, if you have trouble with that, I completely understand. I know you might be a little limited at home, but again, just do your very best to find 4 different sizes. And again, if you don't, no big deal, just make it work. All right, so once you've gathered your tracers, all right, you want to make sure that they can go from, again, largest to smallest, all right? So that way you have the different rings. So once you have your tracers, you're going to then trace your circles onto your paper, all right? Creating a concentric circle. So that means that they share one center, all right? So once you have your rings, you also want to make sure that the spaces in between are not too thin or too skinny, just because it might be a little bit more difficult to create your different symbols and patterns. So just watch out for that as you are doing it. All right, so once you have your circles or your rings, you are then going to start thinking about what symbols or designs or patterns you want to draw. All right, so let's look at this example right here. You are going to choose your symbols and you're going to line them up starting with the outer ring, and you're going to go ahead and draw just one of them in each of the rings. All right, and then after that, you are then going to repeat it over and over and over again. All right, so this one, like I chose a heart, this one I chose a little wavy line, and this one I chose a spiral. So eventually what happens is it starts to get more and more detailed and more just elaborate with all of the different repeated symbols and shapes. All right, and remember, we talked about how radial symmetry is when a design radiates from the center out repeatedly. And that's exactly what we're doing with this lesson. So this one is completed, all right? And I want you guys to take a look at the top of my dream catcher and just notice I used quotes. I used different symbols. In the middle, I made a moon and a sun. Those are 2 of my favorite things. So you can definitely repeat a word or a quote. You can even repeat your name. Maybe you have a favorite number. I am going to give you guys an idea sheet of different symbols, but again, guys, you are more than welcome, and I encourage you to definitely come up with some of your own unique symbols and designs, all right? So boys and girls, this is going to be the first part of the lesson. All right, I forgot to talk to you guys about your paper and just the size of your dream catcher. So if you don't have a large piece of paper, then of course your dream catcher is going to have to be a little smaller, which means your circles, you might have to find smaller tracers as well. So again, guys, I know mine is big and large, but again, if you don't have, big enough paper, then of course you can definitely downsize. I want you, like I said, just to work with whatever you have available at home. All right. So guys, like I said, this is the first part of the lesson. You are going to hold on to this first part, place it in a folder, keep it somewhere safe so that way you can use it again next week when we complete part 2 of the lesson. So I hope you enjoyed this first part, guys, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye.